these other things right before, you're taking away from the effort that you can give out on the floor.
Yeah, you have a support staff to make sure those things are getting taken care of. And like when we were talking, it reminded me of the year that you could qualify as an individual, and we would go down there like first thing in the morning, break a sweat, get 100 calories in this like assault bike, and then there'd be mobility, and then you go get some fuel in his body, and you come back a couple hours later and make sure you felt good movements, and you go up there and crush the individual. And you just set an expectation like this is what the things I need to do personally to make sure that I'm ready. But you also had yourself and myself, Marissa, there that if you need something, you can go run and get it for you or talk to you about workouts. So there's less variables for you to focus on other than am I ready to exercise in my best capacity? Am I ready to take on whatever the event is? And the other variables are what about your staff or what about people who are around you to support you and want to see you do your best.
When I was thinking about this episode, I think I'm going to have to ask you guys to work through the idea, but one of the things I've noticed as an athlete is super calm until they realize that they're about to do an open workout, and then shit hits the fan. Like there's just this thing about, like, again, it's like the other day I'm walking into the same people or whatever, and you can see their direction. And what I wrote down in the notes was become intimately aware of what the occasion is and then rise to it. And it's just this idea of starting a couple days before getting yourself into the mindset, into that killer mindset of like, I've been humble all year, now it's time to just go up there and fucking smash people. If you get into that mindset to me a little bit earlier and understand what you're about to do, then you don't show up at the gym and you're at like a 0, and then you put your shoes on and walk into that square and you're at 100. Like, there should be some, you should understand what you're getting yourself into prior to that moment. Because you can see in so many athletes that don't like online competitions, like the anxiety, it doesn't exist, and then it's just fucking punches them right in the face and the workout hasn't even started.
That to me just goes back to your practice habits building up to the event. And it was something that we're trying to do with our current phase now is to get people comfortable with what an open workout should feel like. Setting things up, what the day before should feel like, how you should flush, what you should be thinking about leading up to it. To me, that is the best case scenario. There is that you start to create these habits where, each thing that you do is leading up to it signifies, all right, I'm going to dial a little higher, I'm going to dial a little higher, I'm going to dial a little higher until it's, all right, now it's fucking go time. It's brains off, or just do my thing. To me, that's something that is root first, it's something that needs to be practiced. Otherwise, you are asking to have that same heart rate stuff, like, oh shit, I'm not ready for this to happen. Go happens.
I think it goes back a little bit to kind of the expectation management, both for yourself and the people that are around you. You have to be able to either sit down and talk with, or have the coach who is already going to realize that, like, hey, my expectation for you and your expectation for yourself as the athlete should be that a couple days before you do engage, you do turn on that killer instinct, you do turn on that mode, and maybe you're not the nicest person to be around at the gym, and there becomes a little bit of a hall pass. Like, that's acceptable, that's what you want, because like, again, going back to the previous episode, you've built the rapport and the relationships and stuff with the people around you.
You don't try to do it the day.
All of a sudden it's like, why is Sher being such a fucking dickhead? Like, in this day, because it's like, especially if you don't have that rapport, and it can be, as silly as it sounds, I'm just thinking, like, at our gym, it's like, hey, just so you know, for the next couple of days, our athletes are going to be hyper-focused on competing, and, we want you, like, please understand that we're here to support them. This is what they train for all year round, so there has to be kind of that buy-in from both sides and everybody to kind of lift that athlete up rather than feel like they're dragging people down. Right. To kind of that negative mind space, what might be perceived as a negative mind space because you were just, like you said, that switch is flipped. I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to talk about anything other than me getting ready for this workout. I don't want to talk to anybody other than my coach helping me give strategy tips, or my judge counting my reps. Like, I don't want nothing to do with anybody except for that, and to have kind of give yourself that pass, and again, hopefully you've cultivated the relationships necessary for somebody else to give you, like, oh yeah, like Hunter's in competition mode, I want to respect that and help him in whatever way I can. But
right, and you're the weirdo in this situation. You're that person. Like, who else? Like, is there like one day a year? There's like the fucking PowerPoint awards. You could give them the best presentation. Like, other people live their lives day to day, and there's ups and downs. But to work that hard and just drop the most important day of the year randomly, and to have people on the outside understand what that means.
yeah.
They didn't sacrifice all the shit that you did. Like, they can understand to a point of like, oh, I like that person, I'm gonna cheer them on. But they're not gonna understand to the depth of like, no, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. All right, so I have a bit of a pet peeve as a coach, and I see it come up a lot, and I see it work for very few athletes, but it does work for them. So I don't want to put this out as a blanket statement. But there is something very different than this is a good strategy for this workout, and the saying that I love, I'm going to run my own race. Yeah, you're going to run your own race, all right. You'd be by yourself, not racing anyone. That idea of killer instinct and that idea of not being workouts. If there's a trick, if there's a I should break here instead of being the tough guy, or I should be working on my rowing right now. No, you shouldn't. If you can dog it and then have more energy and pass the person every round, thumbs up. Yeah. Like, that's what changes here, and I think that's where we tell people in training, this needs to be for you. You are trying to adapt to a very specific way. But once it's a sport, like, this is a three-pointer,
Every shortcut you can take, you can fucking take.
Right. So to me, understanding the difference between training and testing then explains to you why saying I'm going to run my own race in something that takes 5 minutes just doesn't really make sense. The run my own race is like Khalifa doing 300 unbroken double unders and triple threes. Like, we'll see you later. Yeah, just run by you later. It's fine. Like, things like that, to me, there's these big tests with these maybe giant chunks of movements, or it's just super long. Like, you do need to be able to figure out what you're personally capable of. But then there's also a lot of workouts where it's just like, who's going to put their head down and fucking crush the fastest? And if you try to run your own race, you aren't gambling enough to put yourself in a position to win. Like again, I talked about earlier that tightrope of I'm probably either going to do the best that I possibly could or do maybe a little bit worse. The way that CrossFit works, points-wise, in a lot of cases, like middle of the pack means at all wash. And like you would think that in a sport where, I don't know how you put it last time, Hunter, but in a sport where being average is awesome, when it comes to the points, that's not the case, right? Because you get someone who comes in, first, second, third every once in a while, but then 20-something, they get more points than the person that comes in 10th every time. So, yes, it sucks to take a chance and have it not pay off, but it's the only opportunity that you're going to have as an athlete to move the needle when it comes to the standing. Like,
I don't know, I just think of the I'm going to run my own race thing as like it's a funny statement because for the best, it seems like that's a statement about being humble. Like, I'm just going to do the best I can, but I know I'm really fit, so I'll probably get your ass anyways, who cares? And then there's people who are scared to put themselves out there and say, I'm going to run my race. It's a cop-out, save themselves from the embarrassment of like, this is as good as I get, I can't do any more than that. Like, to me, that seems
I wanted to be the backup.
I wanted to
That was my goal all along.
Yeah. So it just seems like the statement can't change the words, but understanding that like when it comes time to care about scores, and that's how you decide who's first, who's second, who gets the prize money, all of that stuff about I'm doing my own race or I should go this place, right? If you have that mindset, you're one of those people that have to Reebok gear. You know
that race means you're going to lose.
Who signs up for an event is like, oh man, I can't wait to lose this. But that's literally what you're saying when you say, I'm going to run my own race. Like, well, this is going to be
And if you're one of those athletes who says that and then you mean I'm going to go 9 and 6 instead of 15 straight, thumbs up. You're doing the right thing, you know yourself as an athlete, And again, that's why I don't want it to be a blanket statement. Like, as a coach, I don't want to say, don't fucking say that to me. I don't want to hear it, because there are athletes who have a plan and man, they stick to it. And the transitions are the way that they need to be. But there are also athletes who have that in their back pocket to say when they get done, well, I had fun. Like, and I guess it depends on what your goals are. If you're there to have fun, that's awesome. Like, if you're competing at that level and you're there to have fun, good for you. It's probably a pretty healthy way to live your life. But I'm guessing you're at that level because you have a burning desire to win. And taking chances is hard.
It got me kind of thinking about myself from the other day. I went surfing, big nor'easter, just hit me and pushed some like pretty big waves out there. I was literally the only person out at Higgins Beach.
Even that Fraser surfing?
And fuck no. You're about to find out why. I paddled out, like it's still snowing. And for people wondering, like, snow doesn't matter, it's fine. It's when you get out there, it's wet if you're in the ocean. Right. Some of the biggest waves I've seen at Higgins Beach, and believe it or not, Maine can actually get pretty big waves. I would say there were a few, sets were in like the 10 to maybe, like, biggest sets maybe in the 15-foot range. So it's a lot of water. Yeah, there's a lot of water moving. Paddle out, and...
Was that a big thing to say?
Like,
I'm going to write that down.
What?
Is that interesting to say? A lot of water moving?
A lot of water moving. Yeah, a lot of water moving out there. I'm literally the only person out in the ocean, so I'm kind of like, oh, this is like a little bit nerve-wracking. I get out and it starts, because I'm just taking like the direction that I want to usually just taking sleep to the island. And there were a handful, that's good now. There were a handful of waves, the waves that came through that I'm like start to paddle for, like, I'm gonna try to catch this, and like it kind of leaves you and it starts to stand up, and I'm like looking down and I'm like, oh man, like, oh shit, I missed it. Like, did that like 4 or 5 times before I caught like a smaller insider, and I was like, I'm done, like I'm good, like. So the point, well, super long story short was,
so we don't too sure.
I had that moment where I was like, oh yeah, I said to myself, like, on the shore, I'm gonna catch one of these bombs. Like, even if I just catch one, because I don't want to paddle back out through that mess, like, I'll be super pumped. And I like got on the shoulder of a couple, and I was like, I don't have anything to do with this. And it just made me think of like the athlete who like says to themselves all season, this is the year, this is when I'm going to step up, this is when, you know, this is my time, yeah. And the camera turns on and it becomes, I'm just going to do my best. Like, if it's not good enough, and there's that's fine. Like, there's merit in doing your best. Hopefully you are doing your best, but is it your best, or is it a little bit of an excuse where it's like, oh, I tried my best, like,
that to me like leads to a loss or a slight degradation of like passion. Like, you're willing to try pretty hard, but you're not willing to go all in and just say, I'm gonna fucking see what happens. To me, that is such a bummer. You just see so many talented athletes who are very gifted, who are just like not willing to say, oh.
Especially if you put in the time that you did. There's people who are just like, I train just for the fun of it, just to like train, and that's fine, that's well and good, healthy and whatnot, but if you're gonna enter a competition, like, why the fuck not? Like, why wouldn't you? Why don't you paddle into that, that bomb and see what happens? And if you fucking get into the bottom of the Atlantic,
interesting too is that
these
same athletes who, we can convince, hey, maybe try to hang on for 200 sets are usually willing, or maybe at least listen to us say it. Like, maybe you try to apply that exact same concept to competition. You're like, I can do it for the Metcon, but I can't.
It's like when people don't dare to do a warm-up.
Exactly. I can bring myself to the competition. But you practice putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation so often, sometimes gloss over it. Competition, when it's in a workout, typically on mountains. You're not doing a one and done. The whole competition's over.
I also feel like there aren't that many times in a competition where you hear an athlete say to you, like, oh, I made a really good call. Like, I came out. Like, it happens in a and you adjust. Yeah, exactly. It's not you. Like, most of you listening are probably fit enough to the point where like you can come out too hot, but you're not so unfit that you can't recover from that and adjust. You know, so in that specific example, it's coming out too fast. But I feel like there aren't that many athletes who say to themselves after the event, like, oh, I just went too slow. I feel like I went too hard, I'm sorry. You know, it was too safe for that. Like,
I find this issue fairly black and white when you dig into an athlete's psyche, and on one side it's I want to be great, and then on the other side is I don't want people to think I suck. And the people that don't want people to think that they suck, you're just living in that gray area, you're living in that, like, I'm going to play it super conservative, I'm not going to come in last.
I mean, have a solid peak performance.
You climbed 29,000 feet of Everest beside the house, like 80 feet of it. Like, god damn, what a shame. Get on board, finish it.
Last thing I want to cover is the difference between playing cool in your gym and at a competition. And it's just this idea again of you're at a competition and you jazz the fuck up and you gotta really kind of manage that a little bit. And then you play cool in the gym and everything stays cool the whole time because it's repetitive in other days. So that's where back to creating the idea that this is that big, this is that important, this is that big. Even though I'm in the same gym, I'm in, and this is my platform, this is my platform, whatever. That's all fine and good if you can convince yourself to rise to the occasion. As opposed to, because that really is a skill. Playing cool at a competition is a skill. But I'm not sure how much it's going to help someone in an online competition. I think it got hurt when I saw this.
I'm struggling with this one a little bit because I understand the idea of like, you don't want to get all on one team, all on the other, and like learning how to switch kind of back and forth between